All right, the war in Iran is showing no signs of letting up. Israeli officials warn its military is preparing to move to a new phase of this war. Joining us this morning on the ground in Turkey is Adrian Ghobrial. He's the senior correspondent for CTV National News. Adrian, you're in Adana this morning, which is close to an air base that shot down an Iranian missile on Thursday. What's the situation on the ground there right now?
Well, it's on. Everyone here is on high alert. Anne-Marie, we've heard from the president here in Turkey over the last 2 days, warning Iran not to fire anything back in through their airspace. Now, it's believed that that ballistic missile, which was fired just a couple days ago, that the intended target was the air base here in Adana, Turkey. Now, it is a NATO air base. The Turkish Air Force is there. The U.S. Air Force is there. And they have a decades-long partnership there. This is a strategic position. I was speaking with one former NATO commander. It's his belief that he has that ballistic missile that was fired, it crossed over Syrian airspace, crossed over Iraqi airspace, and it was entering Turkish airspace. His belief is that it was absolutely aimed at the air base here in Adana, Turkey. It is a strategic position for the U.S. It has been for decades, going back to the Cold War, going back to other conflicts in the Middle East. And as we just saw yesterday as well, in neighboring Azerbaijan, drones sent in, marking the 12th country that is accusing Iran of targeting them with warheads since this war began just 7 days ago.
U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said at a press conference event yesterday, firepower over Iran would increase dramatically. What kinds of changes are coming to this conflict as we head into the weekend in the 1 week marker?
Well, the IDF releasing video today showing a bombardment of bombs and their Air Force just doing a full sweep over Tehran. Now, at the same time, it is Friday. Was just watching some video out of Tehran, Friday prayers. There was a rally held in the streets of Tehran, those in support of the late Ayatollah. Some bringing their children out, saying that we are ready to die for our country. Though when it comes to the operation with the U.S. and Israel, they say that they are going to continue to increase pressure. We've heard from Pete Hegseth saying that in just a number of days, they believe that they will have complete air control over Iran, and that the number of ballistic missiles, the number of drones that Iran has been able to send out is steadily decreasing as the U.S. and the Israelis believe that they are hitting and targeting certain positions. We're going to have to wait and see.
Adrian, just before we let you go, what is the latest on efforts to get Canadian civilians out of the region? We were speaking to one gentleman today who is stuck in Doha. He's trying to get out, and he feels like his response from the Canadian government hasn't been clear. He's looking at packing up a car and driving to Saudi Arabia. What is the government's latest response?
Well, we know that Adina Anand will be speaking to the media in about 30 minutes from now for an update. Though more than 2,000 Canadians in the region have asked for help, for assistance to get out of the Middle East. I've been speaking with some who are in Dubai, who haven't left their homes in days, as there's constant drones being sent, missiles being sent into Dubai, into places like Abu Dhabi, and people we're never expecting this. This is not a region of the world in recent times that has been a place, a hotspot for wars, for missiles. So a lot of Canadians are concerned. More than 100,000 Canadians have registered with with Foreign Affairs. And so the feeling really for many is that it is very difficult to get out of this region. I was speaking with some sources earlier this week as well here in Turkey who are trying to help organize, get Canadians out of Iran, get Canadians out of some of the troubled areas. And especially when we're looking at Iran, it is very difficult because there's phone blockages, the internet is down, complete blackouts for a lot of communication, that there is a lot of concern that they're not able to reach. Consular services here in Turkey are not able to reach Canadians across the border. Now, we're near the border with Syria. We were in a neighborhood earlier today where there's lots of Syrian refugees. They know the tolls of a regional war all too well. Many people trying to cross through into Iran, into Azerbaijan, but there's very few safe havens in this region of the world right now.
Yeah, and very few places that either have open airspace or planes available. It will be interesting to hear what Minister Anand has to say. CTV National News senior correspondent Adrian Ghobrial in Turkey for us this morning.